Explain about yourself.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Vijay. I have completed my Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering with a CGPA of 8.1. And I have a good knowledge in technologies like Spring Boot, REST APIs, microservices.
What are the projects you have done?
So I have worked on the projects Student Educore portal, where the main agenda of this project is to make the exams digitalized and can reduce the time. I use technologies like Spring Boot.
What is the difference between Spring Boot?
So the main difference between the Spring and Spring Boot is where Spring is developed upon the servlet, where that reduces the boilerplate code. It uses the XML configuration.
You mentioned servlet, right? Already we have a servlet. Then why should I go for Spring?
In servlet, the developers manually he need to configure database configuration. All that he need to done manually. But when as coming to the Spring Boot, it provides inbuilt configuration with the database. So Spring is better than the servlet.
Okay, tell me IOC.
So IOC, inversion of control. It is a technique in the Spring. The main job of the IOC is to create a bean instead of developer creating a bean. This reduces the it achieves loosely coupling.
Okay, what is loosely coupling?
So applications, one class depend upon the other class. So instead of reduces the dependency.
Okay, that's called tightly coupling. Depending means tightly coupling.
Tightly coupling.
Is not depending means loosely coupling. Yes. So what are the annotations used in your application? As you mentioned, Spring Boot, right?
Yeah. First coming to the application, when we are creating an application, we first create a model. In that, I used @entity, @table, @generate type,
@generated value.
@generated value, all this. And coming to the next repository, sir, I used @repository. Next service layer, @service.
Didn't you use Lombok?
Yes, sir, Lombok.
So what are the annotations used for Lombok? I mean, for setting the values, did you write the setters and getters manually, or
no, sir?
What are the annotations used?
By default, when we write @Lombok,
@Lombok is no. @data. Okay. Yeah. Go on to the controller.
In controller, I used @REST controller and @get mapping, put mapping, patch mapping.
What is the difference between put mapping versus patch mapping?
So if we want to modify whole object, then we go for the put mapping. For partial modification, we go for patch mapping.
Okay, @delete mapping, what it does?
It will delete row from the database.
Okay, so explain. There is a concept in Spring Boot which is related to security. Did you get a chance to use that security, authentication, authorization, JWT?
Yes, sir.
Explain about it.
So, for every application, security is the main thing where every developer need to focus. And in this, we have authentication, authorization, where authentication is a process where it is just like a entry gate. And authentication after entering into the what a user can be done in the application.
Okay. So tell me about a functional interface.
Functional interface is a type of interface that contains only one abstract method.
So tell me which is related to Stream API.
So Stream APIs is a feature from Java 8 where we have a large amount of data when go for the Stream API and we use it. We have multiple operators like intermediate operators and terminal operators.
Operations. Okay.
In that we have methods like map, flat map.
Okay. What is the difference between filter and map? When we can go for filter, when we can go for map?
Filter is just like a map. When we want to transfer the data, we go for map. For filtering, we use which returns the Boolean value.
Filtering will return the Boolean? No.
Based on the condition.
Okay. Actually, filter means whenever you have a large number of data, if you want to get out some primary numbers from 10 numbers, then go for filters. If I want to go for mention predicate, you should mention that filter is expecting the predicate, map is expecting a function. Okay, where the map is doing what? If I have a number of salaries, if I want to add bonus for all the salaries, then I can go for map like. Okay, so good. So explain about copy constructor.
So copy constructor is a thread safe where if we use normal, it will provide a concurrent modification, etc.
No, copy constructor. Like you have constructors, right?
Okay.
So explain about constructors. It's not concurrent modification exception. It's a copy constructor.
Copy constructor is a type of constructor where one object can be transferred to the other object instead
Okay.
of creating it.
Instead of duplicating. Okay. So explain about method overriding.
So method overriding is a type of polymorphism in the
Mhm.
OOPS class does not satisfy the properties provided by the parent class. It defines its own.
Explain about the rules which we need to follow.
So we cannot override the static classes and
Static methods.
static methods.
So can I override private methods?
No, sir. Private methods. You cannot override.
Okay. If my parent class throws one exception, so the child class should throw
Should
the same
throw-
exception.
Same exception or its child.
No. Except parent class method throws an exception. So my child class also should throw the same exception or not?
You can throw or same exception or a child.
Okay. No, actually. Okay. So no need to throws. But child class throws any exception. The parent
Parent-
class must throw the same exception. Okay. What is method hiding?
Method hiding is
Same. Whatever you mentioned, right? If the static methods we cannot override, right? If the parent method is static, child method is static, we'll consider as a method hiding. Okay. So yeah, what are the concepts you are good at? Like in our core Java, or what is your favorite topic?
favorite topic is Spring Boot.
Spring Boot? Okay. So explain about @configuration versus @bean.
Configuration is annotation that is Spring does not have the capability of creating beans for every third party mapper which we used in the microservices.
Mhm.
There for that, if we want to create custom bean, then we declare the class as the @configuration.
Okay. So for methods,
Methods we use @bean.
okay. Explain about @service. Is it need to give for a service layer? Is it mandate to give, or if I'm ignoring also works?
It's mandatory service.
Okay.
So that the component can scan the layer and it
Okay.
can create the,
Spring Boot application which contains 3 annotations, right? What are the 3 annotations?
the 3 annotations are Spring Boot configuration, enable auto configuration, component scan.
Okay. So what enable auto configuration can do?
So initially when we started developing the application, we create the form.xml. There we add all the dependencies in that which are required for the application. So based on that, auto configuration will configure all the dependencies that are required for our application.
Okay. So what are the dependencies you added in form.xml?
Dependencies like Spring Data JPA, SQL which is used to connect to the SQL, Spring Web, Lambo.
Okay.
That is used to get the getters and
Great. So explain about SQL.
SQL is a database where we can store all.
Okay. So explain about something like DDL, DML commands. That's what I'm explaining. DDL, DML commands, right? So explain about joins.
Joins in the SQL are used to when we want to retrieve the data from 2 or more tables.
Mhm.
Then we go for join the tables and we retrieve the data from them.
Okay. Do you know React?
Yes.
Explain about React hooks.
So React, we have 2 components, the functional components and class components. Class components are stateful components. There we can have state, and in functional components it is stateless. So to make them as stateful, hooks.
Okay.
Use.
Explain some of the hooks like use state and
Use
use
states.
effect. What is the use of use state? No idea. Okay. Okay. Good job, ma. All the best.
Thanks.
Yes.